Surface area of a prism. You could figure out the surface area of a prism two ways. You could add up the area of each face of the prism to find your total surface area, or you could use this formula. And the formula says that the surface area of a prism is the sum of 2 times the base. Now let's make it clear what that is. The base isn't necessarily the face that the prism is sitting on. The base of the prism is the face that names it. So this is a triangular prism. So it's 2 times the area of the base, and notice that area is represented with a capital B, plus the perimeter of the base. So again, we would add up all 3 sides of the base times the height of the prism. Now the height of the prism is going to be this distance here. Remember, it's not the height of the face, it's the height of the entire prism. So you could kind of think of this as standing up on end, and this in fact would then be the height. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply the formula to this prism. So we have a surface area equaling 2 times the area of the base. So remember, the formula for our area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. And then we're going to add that to the perimeter of the base, which is 10 plus 13 plus 13. And then we're going to multiply that times the height of the entire prism. All right, so we just at this point just do the math. So we have 2 times 10 times 12 is 120, half of that is 60, plus 2636 times 15, 120 plus 540, and our total surface area would be 660 meters. Always look back to your units, and area is always squared. Okay, let's go back and look at the formula and how it applied to this prism. So we took 2 times the base. So here was 1/2 times the base times the height. And remember, the height is that perpendicular altitude. It's not necessarily the side of the triangle. So there's your area of the triangle plus the perimeter. So we have this side here is 10. We know this side is 13 because this side is 13 over here. That's where we got that. And then the other side as well is 13. And then we know that the height of the entire prism is 15. Surface area of a cylinder. The surface area of a cylinder is the sum of twice the area of the base and the product of the base's circumference and the height. So this is what the formula looks like. 2 times, again, the area of the base is represented by a capital B. Now in the cylinder, the base is going to be, again, it's the shape that names it, so it's the circle. So you're going to have to find the area of that base. So we have to remember our formula for area of a circle. So we can rewrite the formula with pi r squared representing the area of the base. It's the same thing. And the product of the circumference, again, we have to take the circumference of that circle. So we're just going to rewrite the formula using our formula for circumference of a circle. 2 times pi radius times the radius. And then that is multiplied by the height of the cylinder. So let's apply the formula. The surface area is 2 times the area of the base plus the circumference of the base times the height of the cylinder. I like to rewrite the area of the base as the area of the circle formula. So I have 2 times the area of the base, which is pi times radius squared, plus, and then I rewrite the formula with the formula for circumference of a circle, which is 2 times pi times the radius, and that's multiplied by the height of the cylinder. So let's go ahead and plug in the values. We've got 2 times pi, we're going to use 3.14, times the radius, which is 4, squared, plus 2 times pi times the radius times the height of the cylinder. We'll do what's in parentheses first. Our exponent would be 3.14 times 16. And then over on this side we have 2 times pi times 4. That's going to be 25.12 times 15. You can see why you're allowed to use calculators in class. And that's going to be 376.8. You're going to add these two together, and your final answer comes out to be 477.28, which we can round to just 477. And of course it's area, so you're going to express it as centimeters squared. Okay, let's go back and check our work. We did 2 times pi times the radius squared. So we go over and make sure that is what we took. We took the 4 for the radius squared. We added the circumference. So that's 2 times pi times the radius. We multiplied that by the height, 15. We did the math. We came out with 100.48 plus 376.8. Added that together. We rounded it to a whole number and expressed it in our units squared.